I jumped, I went into the neighborhood, and I had called someone.
Stop, take it in and I breathe for a minute. I think too much when I'm alone.
Hey guys, so today for this video, it's gonna be just me for today. Jenny's not here, and so I'm on my own. Today we're gonna be doing a story time, and it's gonna be about me ditching. I'm gonna tell you just 3 of the stories. They're not that long. And so before we do get started, I want you all to go down, hit the like button, and press the subscribe button while you're down there, because that lets us know you guys want to see more of us, and it helps us to just stay motivated basically. So yeah, do that and we'll get started. So to start off this video, we are going to be talking about freshman year when I had ditched with 2 friends. So that day I had got to school early out of like the entire year because I'm always late, and this is my old school, and so I got there and I was with these friends and they were like, let's ditch. I was like, okay, like I'm down, like. So we had ditched, the bell rang, and we had walked to these benches, and we were at the benches for quite a while. So we were there, and I'm like 15 minutes into the entire period, the assistant principal had driven up to us, and she was just asking us questions, and one of the questions were like, where are you guys supposed to be? And we were just like quiet for a while, and she asked us again, and they weren't gonna answer because they were scared. So I had answered, and I was just like, class, like we're supposed to be in class obviously. And she was like, okay, then get there. Just like very rude though. And we all got up and we were just laughing, and me and one of the girls had walked one way and the other girl had walked the other, and we were just like, where's she going? But we couldn't say anything because the assistant principal would have been like suspicious of why we were asking that, because obviously she was going to class to her. So we went around the building and we got back to the benches, the same ones in fact. And so we were sitting there and we texted the girl and we were like, where'd you go? And she's like, class. And we were like just dang, like really? And she's like, yeah, I was scared. And she's like, did you guys still ditch? And we were like, yeah, we didn't even go back to class. She was like how can you guys tell me? But we didn't even know. We just like, we winged it. And anyways, that's how that happened. And then we were just laughing the rest for like a couple of minutes after. And that's basically the story I wanted to share with you. And then I'm pretty sure they're gonna watch this and they're gonna remember. But yeah, so that's that story. And so another time I had ditched was in sophomore year, and I'm still a sophomore, but sophomore year in the beginning, and I was still at this old school, and I got to school late, so I was late. I didn't like finish brushing my teeth at home. So instead of doing it at home and being more late, I had taken my toothbrush and toothpaste with me. And as I got to school, I was in the classroom and I put everything in my pocket. And I was gonna go to the bathroom, so I asked to go to the bathroom. I went, whatever. I walked out and this girl was there, and she was like, she came up to me and she was just asking me like, where are you going? Because she has the same class as me. So she was asking me where I was going. I was just telling her and whatever, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna go with you. So she came, and then we were just walking very slowly, and we got to the bathroom, and I didn't like go right away brushing my teeth. I was waiting for like to see if anyone would come in, and she was in the bathroom with me because she didn't want to be out there alone and get in trouble. So we were just there like on our phones, and a guy came in and he looked at her and he was like just very shocked to see her in there. And she had laughed and I was laughing too, like because like it was funny like the way he looked. She had walked out and she was texting, I think she texted me, and she was just like, hurry up. And I was just, and I didn't brush my teeth in that bathroom. So I just walked out, and she was trying to have me to go in the girls' restroom. The girls' restroom. And I was just like, no, I'm not going to go in there. And so I didn't walk back to class, but I was walking towards class, and I had stopped by a different bathroom. And she was just like, just go in this bathroom or whatever. And I was gonna go in there anyway, so I went in there. I started brushing my teeth so I can get it over with. And she actually walked in there with me again. For like a couple minutes. And we were just, I was there brushing my teeth, and she took a picture of me. And I probably put it in here, like right here. And she took a picture of me, and I ended up finishing. But before I finished, she had walked out because she didn't want anyone else to walk in. And so she walked out. When she walked out, I was like maybe like 2 minutes more, and then I would have been done. And I finished. And then I walked out, and she had told me that a teacher came by when she walked out, but they didn't know she went in there. So she was just like very, just like scared, I guess. So we were walking back to class, slowly talking. And it's not necessarily ditching though, because like I went back to class, but we did take a while to get back to class though. Like it was pretty long, like 20 minutes maybe. So that's one of the times. So for this last one, it's sophomore year, but it's at my new school, and it happened recently. I'm not going to say how recent, and I'm not going to say who helped me on this, but I was at lunch, and I was Snapchatting some friends, and I was just talking to them regularly, and of course, like any typical teenager, you would just Snapchat them saying, oh, I want to leave, like I don't want to be here at school, and they had told me to just leave then, to ditch, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna jump the fence. And they thought I was joking. So they were just telling me like I wouldn't do it, like I'm not down. So then I had got up and I went to this field where you would basically ditch. And when I got there was a couple kids ditching already, jumping the fence. And then as time progressed, more kids were just going. And I was like, what the heck? Like there's so many. As I was watching all those kids jump, I was just like, I'm not gonna go yet because I don't know where anyone's at or whatever, like teachers, staff or whatever. So I was waiting, and as I was waiting, I don't know if it was a couple necessarily, but it was not two girls. It was a guy and a girl, and the guy had jumped the fence. The girl was about to jump the fence, but a security guard pulled up. And I heard like, how'd you get over this then? And he's like, I jumped. And he took the girl. The girl was on the other side and on campus. And he knew that the girl wanted to jump too, so he opened the fence and he let her out. Once he let her out, he had looked over the fence and he was looking in my direction, because I was on the other side of the field just watching all this. And he looked in my direction, he yelled at me, he was like, hey you, and I was just like looking away, like I didn't see anything. And he was like, hey, and I was just laughing. And I just looked back, I looked down and I walked away. And he was walking back to his van. I don't want to say van, it was like a truck. So he walked back and he was watching me. He was just like making sure to see if I was gonna do anything. So that happened, and I was just like, he's gonna come back for me. Like I know he's gonna come back to this area to see if I'm here. And I went back to the lunch, and I had just blended in so they don't like suspect me to be there. And as I was there, a security guard was like walking past me, and he stopped, and I looked up, and he was like staring at me. But he didn't know I knew. Well, like he knew because he was watching me, but like, so I saw him staring at me, and I was just like looking at him, and he looked at me, and he looked away, and he walked away, and I was just like, what the heck, like that was very like coincidentally. So I had got up and I had walked back to the field because the bell had rang at this time. So I walked back and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like I need to get it over with because the bell rang, so that means kids are gonna go spreading around the campus and it's just gonna be bad. So I jumped, I went into the neighborhood and I had called someone. I was like, hey, can you come pick me up? All this, and then they came and got me and just all that. So that happened, and then I Snapchatted them saying I left, and I sent proof, of course. But yeah, that happened. That's my stories. I hope you enjoyed one of them. if not all of them. Please do leave a like down below, and if you haven't already, subscribe. But also, thank you guys for watching. Also, before I end this, comment down your favorite part of the video, a story you have of your own, even if, or comment down what you guys want to see from us, because we want to make content that you guys like and that you guys want to watch. So comment down what you guys want to see. See ya.
Can't take anymore. I'm saying, baby, please have mercy on me.